I've just been relaxing Fiona here with some stuff that we couldn't possibly repeat on the air. Now, on to matters more serious. Over the past few weeks, Ireland AM, in association with the Irish Daily Star and Fit Business, have been running their Start Your Own Business competition. And Fiona McLaughlin, Fraulein Fiona, who, and by the way, you'll find out why we call her Fraulein Fiona once the business boot camp starts. She joins us now to tell us, and indeed to reveal, who the 5 finalists are who have made it through, and more importantly, what are their winning ideas. Right, you finally waded your way through them all. Finally. How many applications did you get in the end?
We haven't got a final tally, but we got hundreds in the end. Naturally, all of them came flooding in, or the majority of them came flooding in at the last minute. So seriously, a big thank you first of all to Paul Egan, my business partner, because we went through absolutely every single application, every single one of them, and ended up having X Factor style debates on each of the finalists.
Okay.
And it was very, very difficult.
I won't even go through the elimination process, because I'd say
it was difficult. It was very difficult, because there's an awful lot of businesses that didn't get through that will become very, very successful businesses anyway.
Yeah.
But you know, it had to boil down to the five that we picked.
Straight, we have 5. Number 1 is Patrick Ho, and the business idea is smart learning.
Yes, we have. I just want to say, first of all, actually, it's all male names here, but actually these are the promoters of the idea. So they're involved in the businesses with other people, and there are women spread throughout the winning companies. Patrick Ho, first of all, is from Smart Learning, and Smart Learning is a company focused on the design, development and delivery of courses and products that help with the learning process. So it's in the educational sector.
Right.
Now, what's really interesting about this is that Patrick wasn't able to read or write until he was 26 years of age. So this is
born out of hard experience.
Absolutely.
Right.
A fascinating person, went on to do an engineering apprenticeship, worked all over the world, and achieved all of that without focusing on his studies. So when he started to focus on his literary studies, he applied an engineering mentality to it, and decided, right,
so
there has to be a better way. Absolutely.
And more importantly, he had hard experience.
Had the hard experience. So he was his target market, working with the Salus group of language studies in DCU at the moment, developing this new system. So really interesting.
As it goes on, we'll learn more about him and learn more about the actual process. So that's Patrick Ho, Smart Learning. Joseph O'Donoghue is number 2.
Joseph Donoghue is Donoghue.
Joseph Donoghue, and the idea is Touch Lotto.
Now, the reason we liked this is because it is, in one way, a Me Too business. There are other competitors out there that are doing lottos online, basically.
Yeah.
But these are taking it and bringing it one step further, and they're introducing it to mobile phones, which really has a huge potential to open up the market, and again has the potential to go international as well, which is an area that we're going to be talking to them about.
Well, they tell us that we'll be doing everything on our mobile phones from,
It's the new area. You know, it's a step further than the online.
We get our music on it already. We can get our news
everything on it now.
We'll
music, videos, phones, cameras.
So this is fundraising for sports and social clubs by use of a lotto-style competition via a mobile phone.
And again, we're going to be looking at exploring the markets for them as well.
You can see
a great unique selling point with the mobile phone. Ronan Harrington, ARC.
Number 3. This is intriguing, I have to say. It's called ARC Clothing Company, and ARC stands for Acts of Random Kindness Limited. Now,
this is fascinating. Again, this is about wearing a T-shirt that's a status symbol for people who are kind. It says, I'm socially conscious. It taps into that whole social awareness and getting back to basics, and it's taken the pay it forward idea in America.
Yeah. So every time you buy this clothing, you perform an act of random kindness.
Yes.
Buy a stranger a cup of coffee, give up your seat in the bus.
Bring a drunk home, whatever it might be.
Of course, you could just buy the T-shirt and not bother your backside.
Unbelievable. Well, I think that would go against the whole, the person that would buy that, it's almost an excuse for, if they're doing something nice to somebody, that this could be a whole cultural revolution. I think it's absolutely fascinating. If you're wearing the T-shirt, it's saying, look, it's okay, you can trust me. I'm not trying to do anything strange, or I have no other agenda. I'm just trying to pay it forward.
All right.
And can I just say about those two as well that are involved in that? It was started by Cameron Stewart. Ronan is the promoter. They're 18 and 22. Just fantastic guys.
So young and
Fantastic
idealistic.
Guys. Social entrepreneurs. The bottom line, not necessarily the money, which is the angle there.
So life hasn't beaten the idealism out of them yet.
No, despite one of them working in the Department of Foreign Affairs. So.
Okay. Number 4, Carl Byrne. His business idea is a barbecue shack. Now, I have to say, I love barbecue. I love barbecue ribs, and I've never understood why we don't have a barbecue shack similar to the ones that are dotted all over the States, for example. And I assumed it had something to do with availability of ribs, but that's probably stupid, isn't it?
No, absolutely not. It hasn't really been done. And Carl, one thing about Carl is that he really had his homework done. He showed us the equipment that he was going to be using. He has come up with different areas. Basically, what he's looking at is an environmentally friendly product as well. They're using 100% wood pellets for both the heating and the smoking,
which will give that smoking
the meat. And it takes 12 hours, so the meat just falls off the bone. The way he described it just drew us in. It was absolutely fantastic.
Now, the thing is that there are many successful versions of this model in the States, so it's not necessarily a new idea, it's just new to this market.
Absolutely, and this is where he wants to focus on at the moment, obviously, and with various different elements, catering, on delivery service, as well as being able to actually
Very
go
quickly,
to
Fiona, because we're running out of time, I want to mention Alan Carey. Piranha Bike Cleaning Solution, is that what it says on the tin, effectively?
More or less, but I mean, we're going to be talking to all of these about names and brands and all the rest, but that is exactly what it says on the tin. Apparently, and I was fascinated by this, again had the homework done, there's a huge amount of money spent, over 100 million sterling between the UK and Ireland, on bike maintenance. Which I thought was fascinating, and he's tapping into that. He's a 2-time Olympian.
We'll all be on our bikes soon.
Turning his passion into his work, which is absolutely fantastic.
Well, there they are. Just to remind people again, it is Patrick Ho, Joseph Donoghue, Ronan Harrington, Carl Byrne, and Alan Carey. These are the 5 competitors. They go to Business Boot Camp very shortly. We will be meeting them, finding out more of their stories, and
really looking forward to meeting them.
It'll be an ongoing process, and as I said, boys, you're going to find out why she's called Fraulein Fiona.
Be afraid, be very afraid.
It's a huge whip, I can tell you. Cheers, Fiona. Thank you very much indeed.